It's not necessary to come to yoga practice already enlightened. That's why we practice, is to improve our state of mind. One of the main perspectives in yoga is that peace and clarity is an inner state. Enjoy a couple of deeper breaths. Recall a time or recall the feeling of being clear and open. As you breathe, imagine that feeling in your body. Extend your breath to be a little longer and a little broader. Open through the base of your lungs, the mid-ribs and the chest. When you exhale, make it steady and complete. One more breath, sitting still like this. If eyes are closed, slowly open. If you're going to practice with music, it's a good time to get that started. Change the cross legs. Sweep your arms overhead. Palms are facing each other. With your exhale, hands come together by your heart. We're going to do that gesture again. And this time, it'll be grounding, where on your exhale, your palms face down and you're slowly pressing down. Continue with your breath. Inhale as you sweep up. Exhale, press down and feel yourself grounding. Follow the pacing of your breath. A soft quality to your movement. Bring your hands to the top of the thighs for a seated cat and cow. Pull the elbows back and inhale, stretch the chest up. Exhale, firm the belly and hands come around the knees. Continue on your breath like that. Open heart, the inhale. Exhale, open up your back. Explore your movement a little bit side to side. See what variations feel good. There could be a circular shape or a spiral shape. Send your spine, make it really tall, and take your left fingertips out to the side and a little bit behind you. Bring your right arm up into a cactus shape. When you inhale, pull the elbow back. Exhale, reach down toward the left hand. Inhale, elbow back. And exhale, reach down. Stay on that movement and feel welcome to pause and explore anywhere along that pathway. The next time your elbow is back, we're going to finish just with a side stretch. Reach the arm overhead. And I'll take that down and change your legs to the other crossing. Right hand to your side, slightly beside the hip, slightly back. Left arm up, bend the elbow as you inhale. Exhale, look down and reach toward the bottom hand. Follow your breath like that. Take a little time at the end point of your inhale and your exhale. Stretch that space out and see what there is, what opens up. One more cycle, one more breath here. When your elbow reaches back, finish with that long side body. Reach up and ground your left side pelvis. As you exhale, come forward and we'll make our way to table. As you exhale, shift back into child's pose. Inhale, rise up into table and shine your heart for the cow. So we'll be moving like that. Exhale to shift back. Inhale, shift forward, pulling the collarbones open. If you want to be easy on your wrists, just do this movement on your elbows instead of on your wrists. Shifting forward and back. As we progress here, make more space between your hands and your knees. Walk the pose longer. And eventually, you might get more into something of a back bend. When you come forward, the hips are going to drop, and that will happen gradually. Keep making a little more space and see what feels good in your pose. Take a transition back to downward dog. I wanted to show there is downward dog on a chair, which can be really nice on the wrists where we push our hands down. And it's the same shape, just a little bit different relationship to gravity. And it also decreases the pressure on the wrist. Bend your knees one at a time. Press through the finger pads to take pressure off of the outer wrist. Walk yourself forward, find a standing forward fold. Plant into your feet, separate the feet about hip distance apart. For a halfway lift flow, when you inhale, cactus your elbows, lift to a flat back. Exhale, bend knees and relax with gravity. From your footprints, inhale to cactus. Exhale, soften and relax your head. So just continuing flow with your breath. After you exhale, inhale all the way up to standing. Take your time, rise up, deep breath in. Exhale, hands together by your heart. Inhale, sweep arms up. Stay standing and we'll do that grounding breath, just pressing the arm, getting in touch with gravity. Cycles like that. Slow, steady exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, weave the fingers and side stretch to your right. Just an option to balance into the right foot, hover the left foot. One more breath here, getting long through your side. Inhale, come to center, tiny bend in the knees, drop the tailbone. Exhale, other side. Lean back just a little bit through the outer right shoulder and draw the front ribs slightly in to minimize sway back. Breathing down through your heels. Nice work. Center on your inhale. Exhale, hands are going to press down. Touch the front of your legs and just trace the body all the way down. And then come all the way back up, press into the feet, sweep arms up. Same movement. Exhale, pressing down with the hands, and then find your legs. Just trace them down. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale, hands to sky. Steady, slow movement. Exhale, grounding. Press all the way down. Bend your knees to touch the mat and take your right leg back for a lunge. The back knee can be up or down, and we'll begin just to shift forward and back. Tune into your breathing. And this flow may be done inhaling forward or exhaling forward. Different options. The next time you come forward, raise your arms. Crescent lunge, ground into the front foot. Slightly drag your feet toward each other. This is a tweezer effect, turning on deep hip muscles. Lift low belly away from front thigh just a bit as you continue to breathe. When you exhale, shift forward. We're going to take a standing splits. Hands to floor or a chair. Send your right leg up in the sky. Reach forward and down through your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower that foot. And step left foot back for lunge. Back knee up or down as you start to ease into your hips. I've been demonstrating a chair lunge. A couple of people have told me with sensitive knees, they bring the foot beside the chair so they can do the same flow. Less pressure in the knees. Breathe in and out of the poses, steady movement. The next time you bend the front knee, get ready to raise the lunge. Arms high, deep breath in. Exhale, stay in your pose. Point your tailbone slightly down. Steady breath through the ribs. Drink the breath through the lower lungs. Front heel roots down. One more inhale. Exhale, shift forward. We've got standing splits, hands to floor or chair. Inhale as you rise. And take one hand and just check the front or back of your pelvis. We're trying to go for level hips as opposed to the lifted leg being a lot higher than the other leg. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it out a little bit. Take a moment to connect with gravity. Rise up to stand, arms high in the sky, deep breath in. Exhale, grounding breath. Press your palms slowly down. Keep arms down by your side as you stand in the mountain pose. Stretch out the space of your breath. Stretch out the duration, particularly of the exhale, which is tremendously grounding. Turn to the long side of your mat and stand wide into the goddess pose. Toes are going to angle out, heels in about 45 degrees. Bend into your knees. Bring hands together by your heart. Sweep your arms up as you straighten your legs. As you lower down, we're going to take that grounding movement like the elevator, pressing down. Continue with your breath. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you settle down. Pay attention to your feet as they contact the ground. Equal rooting through the heel and the toe area. And a slight strength, the suctioning up through the arch. Front foot and back foot move toward each other to engage core muscles of the foot. The next time you settle into the knee bend, let's pause here. Hands together by the heart. Connect with your breath, elongate. If you like to intensify, arms can reach into the sky. And a second option to intensify is lifting the heels. We're going to take 3 breaths to be steady here. Front ribs draw in, tailbone points down between the heels. Collarbone area lifts. Shoulder blades move down the back. 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower arms, straighten legs. Let's walk our heels a little further apart for a forward fold. I also like to mention we could always be folding with the chair. I'll show what that looks like if the chair is in front of you. Great option for back saver. As you breathe in, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, long spine forward. Hands to ground or chair. Bend into the knees 1 at a time. Explore the pose as you breathe, opening up side hips. Center your right hand directly under that shoulder. Ground into your feet as you inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, lower the arm, bend the right knee and reach for that foot. So kind of a thread the needle flow. Inhale, straight legs as you lift. Exhale, reach under toward the right foot, bending that knee. As we flow, and really with all our flows, feel welcome to stay in one part of the pose if it's really speaking to you. Slight tuck in the chin to lengthen the back of the upper neck. 1 more breath here. When you exhale, plant your left hand, and we're going to take that on the other side. With an inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, bend the left knee and reach for that foot. On your breath, straight legs into the twist. Exhale, bend the knee, reach for that foot. There can be a cat and cow element to your spine as you move. To add in the gaze, just keep looking at your right hand. Follow it through the cycle. 1 more breath here. With both hands on the mat, make your way to stand. Reach arms on an inhale. Exhale, hands by your heart. Heel toe the feet closer to each other. Sweep your arms overhead. We're going to take that side stretch with a longer balance. Stand into your right footprint. You can't see it on the video, but I'm doing a little like gun or steeple with my fingers, so weaving the fingers together. Bring your shoulders back slightly. Front ribs draw in as you push through that foot. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, settle down. If you need a break for your arms, just take that break, get really long, and reach to the other side. See if you press more through your right heel or the forefoot, and just even that out. See how the lengthening of that leg affects your core, your low back. 1 more inhale. Nice. Exhale, let's lower down. Release arms by your side. Find your grounding in the mountain pose. Feet are about hip distance apart, and some of us feel more balanced with the feet closer or the feet a little further apart. Give yourself time to learn what works for you. from the rooted feet, try that short foot activation. Suction front foot and back foot toward each other to lift up the arch of your foot. And just notice how that engages supporting muscles deep in the leg, up into the hip and the core. Shoulder blades relax as you breathe. Release tension from the neck, so shoulders soften down. Shift weight into your right footprint. We're going to start balancing for the tree, hands on hips. Start with some circles, left knee circles. In hip stability, we can keep the pelvis level while the knee moves abundantly. Circle the other direction if you haven't already. All right. So I want to show a few options for the tree, and we're going to be adding a forward fold. So this could be done, I'm going to show it on the chair. It could also be done on a wall. So I'll just show you and then I'll talk you through it. So we've got tree with foot on the thigh, or we can do a half lotus with the outer ankle on the front of the thigh. So the forward fold is simply going to look like this, where we come down to the chair. Some people might be comfortable coming to the floor. So go ahead and set up any props if you'd like. Shift your weight into your right footprint and set your left leg for the tree. For more challenge, arms in the sky. For more grounding, hands on the hips. Activate into your standing foot and prepare to fold forward when you're ready. Lengthen the spine out, take support. Hands can rest on a prop. Think of making your back longer as you release with gravity. Our release is going to be into a squat. Just step your feet down to the mat, walk them a little bit apart, and have a seat. Hands together by the heart. Think of sinking your tailbone and your heels. If your heels don't quite touch the ground, no big deal. Think of just releasing them down. Roll your chin toward either shoulder. And for a balance challenge, come all the way to standing on your tiptoes. Push into the toes, arms reach up. Give yourself 2 breaths on the tiptoes. Wobbling is part of finding balance. Nice. When you exhale, lower the heels, lower the arms. Breathe and center in your body. I've been thinking a lot about finding balance with all the changes in our lives. And it really is this like, it's okay to come out of balance and then you wobble back into balance. I find that a lot in my state of mind and in my daily activities. From your mountain pose, we're going to explore that tree flow. Shift weight into your left footprint. Hands to hips as you roll out the knee. Steady breathing. Both directions if you haven't yet. Anytime during a balance series, you can get like a fresh, just step the feet down, reset. So as we approach the forward fold, choose your position, either left or right foot on the inner thigh, or we can have the outer ankle on the top of the opposite thigh. We've got a couple breaths in an upright tree, arms in the sky, or hands on hips as you work on balance. Continue to breathe, being kind to yourself through the process. One more inhale. As you exhale, start your forward fold. Hands could touch the wall, the chair, or the floor. Notice if your tree hip drops more than your standing hip, and try to level that out. Root a little more into the standing foot. Lengthen out your back. Deep breathing. Release to the earth. Bring feet down, and we're taking that yogic squat, malasana. This is the half squat. If your knees don't like to bend all that way, just prop elbows on the top of the thigh. In this squat, I wanted to invite, let me show a couple props. So if you have a lot of space under your heels, this might really be a game changer for you, is to fill in that space. Yeah, so give that a try if you've never tried that. Fill in the space under your heel if it's lifted. Super cool. Changes all the other joints in your body. So while we're here, I want to offer a twist where we brace the outer upper arm against the inner knee and then open that up. So both a cactus elbow and that long elbow, really sitting into your sitting bones. Nice deep breaths through your low back. We have a couple moments here if you like to move side to side or simply hold one side for a few breaths. Nod your head a little bit to relax the neck. We've got 2 more breaths in the pose. Any other variations you'd like to try? You could do a crow. All right, feel free to grab a drink of water. We're going to be meeting in a table pose. From table, send your right leg back. Reach the left arm behind you and hold the front of that ankle. If you can't quite get hand to foot, no worries. They can just reach for each other behind your back. Pull your left shoulder blade towards center. Let your front body open with your breath, the front of the chest. Resist gravity a bit in your abdomen. Draw the front ribs in and open in the center of your rib cage. Pull it forward. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. If you like to shake it out a bit. And then we'll try that on the other side. Send the left leg back. See what that feels like. If you're doing wrist free, yeah, it totally works if you're on your elbow. Awesome. As you find your back bend, so either hand to foot or you can just reach. Right shoulder blade comes toward the spine. Sternum comes forward, releasing tension around the collarbones. Resist gravity in your lower abdomen. Front of the ribs tucks toward the spine so you can open more in the upper back. One more inhale. Exhale, release down. Let's make our way onto our belly. Push all the way back. For the crocodile, hands are going to stack and the forehead or the cheek rests on the hands. When you breathe in, lower ribs broaden, mid-back lifts. Breathe out, your spine settles down. Take 2 more slow, low lung breaths. We'll be taking a flow from here. Lift each leg and just stretch it an inch longer, laying the toenail side of your foot squarely down. Lift the forehead and lift one leg. Reach through the base of the toes. Shine the chest and the back of the head forward. With your exhale, lower to the ground and switch sides. Inhale, forehead lifts. Opposite leg. As you breathe, reach through the big toe mound. Relax the junction between the neck and the shoulders. On an exhale, lower down. So we'll just be moving side to side. Forehead lifts, one leg. When you exhale, settle down. Inhale, lift. Think of lifting the back of your head. So once you get to know the movement, you don't need to lift and point your nose to the side. Your nose is going to be pointing at your mat. This sequence is strengthening our low back, strengthening the spinal extensors, upper back muscles, and neck muscles. One more lift on each side. Reach extra through the ball of the foot. Plant hands beside the chest and ease back into child's pose, Balasana. We'll take a few moments to soften. When you inhale, the breath washes through the nose, up over the forehead, down the throat, down the spine. When you exhale, there's a deep release of any tension. With every breath, you become a bit more free, more clear. Two more deep breaths here. Go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to leave room for an inversion at this point. So I'll be talking us through the dolphin. And if you would like to do your own headstand or something like that, feel free. I'll also put out there that one of the legs up the wall, which is super low impact inversion, really great for circulation. So that is available. And for the dolphin, we're going to get started in a table. How's the sound, guys? I have a little blinking light. Wondered if I was low on batteries. Pretty good? Not breaking up? Yeah, got some thumbs ups. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, great. All right, dolphin or your other inversion. We've got elbows to the mat. Reach hands around the elbows to measure the width of your shoulders, and then hands forward, weave the fingers together, curl toes, and lift. So kind of a variation on the downward dog. While we're here, we're going to floss the shoulders a little bit. So this movement will involve pushing into the elbow to make space in the shoulder joint, lift your hips higher, and then settle your shoulders down. Another way to think of that is like the space between your chest and your jaw gets longer, and then it goes back to normal. So just, that could be like 1/2 inch of movement or just an intention of moving the shoulder core muscles. If you like to play with a little more inversion, try lifting one leg back and up. Hips are square. Reach through the inner line of that leg and draw the pinky toe closer to the ground. With an exhale, lower down and try the other side if you're taking that option. Long through the inner line of the leg. Inner thighs squeeze together to keep hips level. One more inhale in your pose. As you exhale, settle down, knees to mat. We're going to take child's pose, this time with our hands back. Hands are palms up beside your feet. Some deep breaths, opening your back muscles. Let the shoulders settle from your spine and just soak in all that strength. Rise on up, have a seat. And we're going to meet together in the staff pose, Dandasana, the staff. Option to be sitting on your cushion if you like a little support on the floor, or if you have tighter hamstrings, that's really helpful. Take your right knee, bend that up. Let's cradle out the hip a little bit, hold on to the outer ankle and knee, and then just roll in a circle. A deep breath with that movement. For the seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana, simple version is foot on the floor inside the knee, full version is on the outside of the knee. And the bottom leg could stay straight, or you can tuck it to the side of your hip. Left hand to the right knee, get really tall. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, reach it back. Fingertips on the floor. Use some gentle core engagement to help you twist. There's a fun little check where you release your arms and just see if your core can support you in your twist. Yeah, so just a little help from the arms, but they're not leading the pose. Low back comes forward. Upper back leans back a bit as you twist. That slight nod in the chin to lengthen the very upper neck vertebrae. Slowly untwist. If you bent your left leg, send it straight once more. And a few steps for our next pose. So we're going to be going, I'll show you the full pose and then some options. So we've got the half cow face, where the goal is to stack the knees on top of each other. And you can kind of bring your knees closer together. Your front foot will come more to the right. And then if that's a little too much, you can be anywhere between the pose we just did and this next pose. So we can have that knee still lifted. We're going to be folding forward. There are great ways as well to support with your cushion. Like if you have some space under that top knee, just go ahead and kind of fill it in, just mortar between those bricks so you get some support under that knee. The pose might look like a forward fold. For some of us, just pushing off the hands to bring the low back forward will actually target more of the deep hip. We've got a few breaths to release and watch the change. Watch everything that shifts. Release your upper back and the back of the neck. Your body will let you know if it needs something different. So really listen, be in your body. Finish the pose by reaching extra through the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Reach that out. One more breath here. Great, come on up. Both legs straight. Lean back on your hands and just open up your heart. Second side, bend the left knee. And we're gonna start with the cradle, holding the outer ankle and the outer knee. Roll both directions. Maybe you find the sweet spot and just focus on that area. For the seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana, the foot could be inside or outside the knee. Bottom leg is either straight or tuck it under. Get tall in your back. Right hand or elbow is going to hook that knee. When you inhale, raise your left arm. Get long through the right side of your torso. Exhale, twist. Turn over the left shoulder. Pull your low back forward toward the left thigh. And lean back through your shoulders. Lengthen out the spine. From the back of your neck, crown of the head reaches higher. Find length with your breath and space. Try that little core check where you just free up your hands and see what it takes for your spine and your core to maintain the twist. Replace the hands if you lifted, and just another breath here. Untwist your body. Right leg extends forward. We're setting up the half cow face, Ardha Gomukhasana. There's ways of like moving your muscles around, like you can spiral your thighs to help get into that space, spiral your calf muscles. Knees are ideally, or the kind of the goal of the pose is to stack and support the knees, but that's where a lot of us will use a cushion to get that support if the knees don't quite stack. Right leg is active, and two approaches. Push forward with your hands behind you, or reach forward, hands down the leg. Go on a journey with your breath. See what you feel, see what's here. Let things come to you and let them flow through you. Breath is flowing through the lower lungs, helping to open the low back. With the last moments in the pose, extra reach through the right pinky toe side edge of the foot and leg. See what's here and breathe. Come on up, sit tall, stretch both legs long, lean back on your hands. Take a comfortable seat. We'll do a little neck stretching. The nerve glide. It's actually great for wrists and the neck. Right arm is going to reach out about 45 degrees. Try to keep your shoulders level as you drop left ear toward the shoulder. Get into your breath flow. And little adjustments to deepen the stretch. We can pull back on the right fingers to open the inner wrist more and keep pushing down toward the floor. And that can be surprisingly strong, like the electric nerve feeling. So you don't need too much of that if you feel a lot of that zing. Make sure you can relax into it. Also, a little circle can be nice, just pushing out through the palm or the fingertips. Try a little shake yes and no in your head. Another deep breath for the stretch. Slowly come out and head to center. With both hands on the lap, see if you feel the difference. Deep breath to the belly. And other side. Arms going to reach out at that angle. Shoulders stay level, and then head will drop away. Right ear toward the right shoulder. Deep breaths. Sometimes I clear out so much tension in my neck just when I start breathing. It's It blows my mind how much things relax. The little options to increase, pull fingers back to open inner wrist, or a little circle. In all our poses, it's not an outer landmark, but it's the inner feeling that we're sensitive to. So each of us has a very unique expression of the pose. Take a little nod in the chin and shaking no, gentle neck movements to finish. Ease yourself out, head to center. Take a couple shoulder rolls up, back, and down, nice and wide. Let's transition onto our backs. As we make our way to final relaxation, I'll leave it up to you if there's last poses you'd like to do. Sometimes a knee squeeze or a happy baby feels really helpful. And sometimes there's the bridge for a gentle back bend. Enjoy a moment for any final poses. Supine twist with knees to the side, just options. Use your back fully and get ready for Shavasana. In your relaxation pose, give yourself full permission to unplug, to restore, to let go. At any point, the breath may like to deepen to help soothe the nervous system. The mind is letting go. One image for this is a grasping hand, like the mind will grasp. That's part of its job. And when we're doing a relaxation like this, we just let go, like your hand can just soften and let go of what it was grasping. We let the mind release. And that can be repeated anytime the mind begins to grasp. Just very gently reminding myself that I can let go. Begin gently to deepen your breath. Your deep breath is a connection to this state of recharge, this place of presence and peace inside. Enjoy a couple of deeper breaths right here, and know through the rest of your day, your conscious breath is a way to access this place. Awaken your body, stretch out gently, hands and feet, neck rolls. Bend knees so you can transition easily up to a comfortable seat. We'll take the last couple minutes to meditate. If you like to adjust your sitting position with cushions or a chair, go right ahead. Allow your breath to be very natural. Place your awareness keenly on the breath. Without needing to control the breath, simply be very aware. We calm the mind by focusing in this way. As you sit quietly, simply direct yourself to pay attention to your breath. Let your mind ungrasp and let go while you follow your breath in and gently out. Bring hands together by your heart. Ask yourself how you can bring your practice through the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.